this chat. I'm just hearing it through Andy's speakers.
Wow, rude.
In mists and shadow at early dawn. Oh shit! I just closed it.
Yes. This is the
I bet shit
best
memorized.
poem
In
you've written.
mist and shadow at early dawn, Silas speaks with Caleb of the Silver Dragon. The undead soldier bids. The undead soldier bids, "Hurry thee to Argynvostholt and Sir Godfrey." They all met Morgantha. Roe and Lee ate a pie. A werewolf bit Roe, but nobody died. Now licking their wounds, their hope does swell, that in quiet Vallaki all will be well. Welcome, friends, to Barovia. We find our heroes having just finished a werewolf fight along the road to Vallaki. I believe you are stopping for a 10-minute rest and doing some healing checks and such. While most of you were binding your wounds and healing, we find Lee having a very nice daydream about a banquet table full of food and pastries, and having probably some of the happiest, no, not probably, you are having the happiest thoughts and dreams since you entered Barovia.
Yep, that's for sure.
So, everyone, as you finish your 10-minute actions, you all find that Lee is sort of staring forward, a little bit slack-jawed, and just staring straight ahead at nothing in particular.
There's a little like bit of drool coming out of the corner of his mouth.
Yep.
I'm gonna check on him in a minute, but first, I'm gonna roll a medicine check to see how fucked I am.
So fucked. You don't even know.
On a
Shit,
scale
I'm
of
muted,
somewhat
Rachel, I
bugged
can't hear
to
you.
super bugged, how bad is it?
Are we rolling?
How fucked am I checked?
Danica. Is it an emergency? You need to go to sleep, kiddo. Thank you. You need to go to sleep. Um, So Rosalina starts checking over Lee. What's everyone else doing?
Reading over my character sheet because I think I messed something up.
Oh no.
Not messed something up like to my disadvantage, but I think I was supposed to be adding formulas every time I leveled up.
Oh.
Supposed to get 2 common formulas when I level up. I have not been doing that.
And you're level 4. Well,
level 4.
I know that if we are going to be switching you over to I thought about it, and actually I think everyone is already on the remastered rules, except
Yep.
for because the Alchemist was from Player's Core Book 2, which this I think
the vials, special vials and stuff, which I want to do. All that stuff. I gotta figure out how to rearrange my character sheet.
It might just mean like doing a quick rebuild of your character.
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think it should take too long.
I might do that now.
Well, I don't have the new rule set.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah.
I won't
will
do
wait
it
and
now.
not do that now.
Although you can manually add the class ability if you want to. You just
So
won't.
I
You won't have.
could do it now.
You
but
could.
I'm not going to do it now.
It's going to be all.
I think Monk was also in Player Core too, but yeah,
Okay.
like I said, it's not really not many big changes.
So yeah, I guess Silas is in deep thought about alchemy at the moment.
Sure, sure. It's possible I know more than I think I know. You are trying to look at Lee.
Myself first.
Looking at yourself?
Yeah, she wants to check on her werewolf status.
Yeah, I want to know if I'm. Yeah, I want to know about my bite.
Your bite. You look at your wound and you have bound it up. It looks like it is a pretty nasty bite wound.
What do I know about werewolf bites and how to treat them?
Yeah, you have treated it.
Right, but like, what about the werewolf part?
Don't we have a book about werewolves?
Yep.
Hmm.
Huh. How about that?
How about that?
Fancy that.
Looks like someone's gonna do some reading.
All right.
Alright, I'll go look at Lee.
Lee is in a stupor.
Okay.
Wow.
Lee's in
Imagine
a stupor.
he's stupid. What time of day is it?
It is midday.
Oh fuck. I already used a bunch of spells. It's fine. I'm gonna cast Clear Mind on him. It works against Stupefied.
What's that do?
I drive mental contamination from his mind. I
Oh.
attempt to counteract an effect of my choice, imposing, fleeing, frightened, or stupefied.
Okay. Lee, you may roll a. I'm gonna treat this as if you were giving, like, you're doing like a counteract. If you failed counteract, oh, okay. So you are rolling a counteract check, Rachel.
Yeah.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll your counteract versus. Let me think before you roll. Let me actually figure out what the DC of this is. What level effect this is. So I know what the DC is. Hold on. Hold up.
It doesn't work if it's part of a cursed disease or Lee's natural state.
Okay.
What if you're cursed, Rachel?
What if you're
It
cursed,
doesn't
Rachel?
say anything about that, and
Well, good.
I'm not a werewolf yet. Shut up.
Yet.
Pathfinder standard. I should always just have this up. Standard DC.
That's a useful link. You might want to bookmark.
Yeah, I will. Where is it? Basic action.
I'll be right back. I have
Okay.
children.
I think. Oh, at the bottom there's a DCs by level
Yep.
or a simple DC.
Okay, you can roll your counteract check, Rachel.
If I roll, do I need to do a blind roll? I want to spend a hero point. No, it's gonna be okay.
No, it's not a blind roll. Okay. So as your magic washes over him, you. Okay. Okay. You do not counteract the effect.
Shit. All right.
So he remains in a stupor,
Cool.
just staring forward.
All right. Well, he's fucked. Let's leave him.
I'm gonna
What did you
stroll.
say?
That he's fucked. Let's leave him.
Okay. Yeah, I'm having trouble hearing you over the fan.
I'm gonna stroll up to him and kind of wave my hands in front of his eyeballs.
Okay.
Does it
Doesn't
change?
seem to react.
I'm gonna
No.
smack him really hard.
Okay, Lee, you wake up. You wake up from the happiest dream and thoughts you've had for the last 4 or 5 days. And as soon as you wake up and you feel the stinging in your cheek, you probably don't even really register Corvus at first, because the first thing that really hits you is how sad and depressing life in this land is. So, just from a roleplay perspective, you're coming off of essentially happy dreamland to harsh reality.
Okay.
So, and you know, yeah.
Oh, sorry, Lee. There was a bug on your face.
He kind of like, like waves his hands, like, swats at like your arm, and he's, oh, what would you do? Oh, what would you do that for? Why? Oh,
Well, I didn't want to sting you in the face.
it was the best dream ever.
Oh, what?
Food. Oh, so much delicious food. I could eat everything. Do you know how shitty the food has been since we've gotten here?
Speaking of food, how many of those pies did you say you'd eat?
I think it was 2.
I wouldn't eat any more.
Why? You think the pies had something to do with it?
I don't think it's a think so much as a no. I just wouldn't recommend we eat any more. We could use them to poison someone, a god perhaps.
Poison, but I mean that old lady, she was so sweet.
Gonna
and
eat
nice.
our brains. Or our stomachs. Either way, I don't trust her or her pies. But I am sorry if I woke you up from a wonderful dream.
Oh, this is, I don't, oh, all right. I just need a minute. This is like,
It's heavy, man.
he walks around like literally just kind of like kicking some rocks and stuff.
Hands on hips.
Yep.
All right. Yes. You are suffering no mechanical ill effects.
Okay.
Yay! That
See?
you know of.
Friendly DM.
So far.
So far. All right. Anything else you guys wanted to do in this clearing? I know you weren't planning on taking a big rest here, although you could if you wish to. Could spend an hour or something if you needed to get abilities back or whatever. I don't know.
I'm running at full. Well, almost full. So unless Ro really needs it, I don't think we should wait. I mean, if y'all need to rest.
Do I get a 10-minute rest from my dream state?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Aw.
That's not going to count for your focus point, though. If that's what you're asking.
That is what I was asking.
No, you didn't. You have not been meditating. No, your dream, your mind is far from clear right now.
All right. Fair enough.
So yeah, Lee, it looks like the rest of the team is sort of bagging up and getting ready to go. So now's the time to talk if you wanted to get your do the 10 minutes for that. But yeah, looks like everyone's sort of packing up, getting ready to hit the road
All right.
again.
Yeah, he'll after he's done, kicking his rocks, he'll be like, guys, I just give me like 10 minutes. I need to kind of clear my mind from these events. This is a heavy load. Oh boy.
I mean, whatever you have to do.
If we're here for 10 minutes, does anyone else need a medicine check?
I mean, I am down to 45 out of 48 hit points.
Oh, you're fine.
Not bad. Not bad.
I have a slight scrape right here.
Do a medicine check on myself.
Is that something we can check on the party sheet?
What?
It is something we
Well-
can check on the party sheet. You and Silas are the only ones that are actually down.
Where does it say?
If you go to the party and then click that little doodad, open sheet,
What do that? Open sheet.
see where it says the party, and then you click on the little doodad.
Yeah.
It's also how you can find out that Silas can read so many different languages.
I know
So
so
if
many
we-
languages.
Run into Narsil or Goblin, we're good.
Where do you see his?
Arsenal.
Oh. 30 out of 48. No, he's more of a wreck than I am. All right, let me treat your wounds, Silas.
Oh, it even tells you like who's the best at whatever.
Around.
Wow, that's cool.
Wow, yeah, that's a lot of info. I gotta
Recall
check this.
knowledge. Okay.
Hmm.
Oh, and I can even give hero points to people. Look at that.
Wow.
I treated your wounds so good.
Whoa.
Okay, so anyone else doing a 10-minute action while Lee is centering himself?
I am just gonna spend some time during that, and I'm caking that silver sword I have in like mud and making it look real shitty.
All right.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll a secret
Performance.
thievery or deception check?
Oh no. Actually, I might be pretty good at that.
Because I would count this as like a disguise action.
Deception, you
craft
say?
disguise.
Mhm.
And it'll be a secret, so then I'll basically put that in my pocket for later. Okay. You smear the sword in dirt, or do you have anything in your inventory that you want to use in particular for that?
Oh, I don't know. No. Oh shit.
Oh shit.
I put those silver bolts in my backpack too.
Silver bolts. Okay.
But yeah, I'm trying to kick some dirt and maybe put some like grass or moss like jammed in the hilt.
Okay. Sounds good. Okay. Anyone else have 10-minute exploration actions they'd like to do? Ro is healing, and Leah's. You got anything, Silas?
I don't think so.
I think you also have silver bolts, Dane. You should like put them somewhere.
Okay.
I think we split those.
Andy, can you check my known formulas? So it says, so can I learn up to level 4 items then? Is that correct?
Well, now.
So I should get two formulas per level.
Huh?
And then I also got those 2 extra formulas, the emetic paste and the Bravo's brew from the lady in the camp.
Okay.
So just making sure that
Eliza.
I'm not.
My name's
Yeah,
Eliza.
Eliza, sorry. Just making sure I'm not cheating. I don't want to cheat.
Sure. So what am I checking?
Okay.
So my known formulas, I have level 1 formulas, level 2 formulas, level 3 formulas, and a level 4 formula.
Okay.
I believe I can learn up to my level of common alchemical formulas.
Yeah.
So I think those meet the requirements.
I believe you.
Okay.
I believe you. I really don't know Alchemist very well,
Okay.
but I believe you.
Okay.
Until you learn otherwise.
Okay.
How broken could it be? We'll
How
figure
broken
it
could
out.
it be?
All right. Irina goes through some basic dueling stances and routines for 10 minutes and just sort of works out some post-battle tension that way. But after 10 minutes, you guys seem to be all gathered. You get your focus point back, Lee. Though you do find it is a little bit harder than normal to get your mind off of the good feeling, those that dopamine hit you just had.
I mean, if my stomach wasn't grumbling so much, it'd be a little easier to focus.
Sure. Well, there are more pies if you want any. Yeah, probably have other food too.
Oops.
All right.
Stan, did
I
you
wanted
get
to do.
your healing?
I did not get my healing. Which
Get
one
your
was it?
the one that's 23.
23. Noise. Oh wait, I have to select token.
All right.
I don't know why it's not letting me grab
Do
it.
our characters know how far we are from Vallaki, like roughly speaking?
Yeah. During this time, you could take a look at the map, and Irina thinks that you're probably about where, since you got into a battle pretty shortly after the old mill, within an hour of the old mill or so. Irina's guessing you're about where you are on the map, where she is on the map. Like turning down, she thinks, I think that we will be coming down this path to the final road going to Vallaki. She moves ahead a little bit and says, "Nope, not that one, Andy." Yes. Actually, if you come here through the clearing, you can see. She shows you a spread of. Down in the valley below, you can see the. It's not quite the exact view you're getting because it's not the road coming out. The road actually twists sort of to the side away from the town for now, but you see down in the valley below through a break in the trees, this spreading town with a wall around it.
Okay.
Babe, is it still loading? I'm sorry. It's really cool. Really cool.
Oh, I did want to do one thing while we were doing the.
Yeah, you have 10 minutes.
Whatchamacallit. I'm going to distribute 3 elixir of lives to my party members.
Padres.
So they're in the party sheet under stash. You guys will each take one.
I mean, I wouldn't turn it down.
Which one of you want?
It'll last till the
2?
next day.
Okay.
Stash. I just want one. Move item. Did I move
Okay.
it? Alright,
Yeah, one.
so this one
Do
only
you
lasts
want? Do you
for
want
a
that
day.
last one, Rachel? If not, I'll take it back.
You want it?
Silas.
Yeah, I might
Yeah,
need it.
you take it.
I'll
You
take it.
take it in case I go down, and then you can get me up.
Good idea.
Alright, I put Silas beside it so I remember
Oh,
it
also,
disappears.
I have 2 of these. If anybody wants them.
I want it. I don't even know what it is.
Silver salve.
If anybody needs to silver their weapons.
Ooh,
Oh, I'll
that's
take
pretty
one
sweet.
of those. Can you silver your fists?
I don't know. Melee weapon or thrown weapon. Or ammunition.
Is it like a permanent thing?
Nope.
Oh, temporary.
Temporary. The next hour.
Is
Let's take one.
this a 24-hour thing too?
Yes,
must
it
be
will,
one.
it will go away in 24 hours.
I mean, unless Lee can silver his fists, I'll take it.
I mean, my fists are lethal weapons, so.
Registered with the state.
So you use this for 1 hour, and this is like good for 24 hours. Okay.
I'm gonna put Silas next to it. Okay.
So I'm finally learning the alchemist, but now I gotta learn new stuff. But the new stuff seems pretty cool.
I think it's
Get
mostly
those-
additional stuff.
Yeah, it looks like a buff.
Like
I
you
know.
get free bombs basically.
Yep.
Every day, so you don't have to waste your slots on bombs,
Yep.
things like that.
And you can
Plus, you can throw healing
instantly-
potions at people.
You can throw healing potions, and you can
Healing
instantly turn them into other things that you know.
Yeah, it seems pretty cool.
Like 6 seconds. All right.
The ravens have been dispersing pretty steadily since the combat with the werewolves. Your raven, Clarabelle? Nope. Clarissa? Nope.
Clarissa explains it all.
Charlize? Charlize. What did you name this? So here's the problem. I know what the raven's name is.
Do you?
Of course. No one's asked it. What did you name your raven?
Corinna?
Corinna.
Corina? I don't know.
Karina. Got it. Karina.
That's the one.
So Corinna seems to flock up and away with the ravens, then sort of tentatively circles for a little bit, and then settles back down on the branches above you, letting out a little bit of a forlorn as the rest of the ravens fly away. But as you begin down the road, ahead, the trees to the north break, revealing a grassy field. You've been winding down the road along the side of the sort of a mountainous side toward the valley. The tall grasses in this valley sway in the chill air, and the field stretches until it reaches the shores of a dark, distant lake, which in this picture you would see off to your right. Fog clings to the shoreline, and even from the distance you can hear the faint sound of water lapping against the rocks. Irina, Lee, you probably noticed that Irina pauses and starts staring at the lake.
He'll kind of like step up to her, shoulder to shoulder, and kind of cocks his head. Is there anything significant with that lake?
I do not know. Something familiar. I know I've been this way many times. I'd like to go to the lake if you all don't mind a detour.
Oh no.
Besides, I see flowers. She points with a smile.
She's gonna go drown herself.
You see there's a little patch of like white flowers, like a sprig of white flowers on the path toward the lake.
Lee kind of shrugs. He says, "Oh, I wouldn't mind a chance maybe to rinse off a little."
Mm-hmm. Going head to the lake.
Oh,
Assuming we're heading over towards the lake, as we kind of start walking over, Lee will go over to Corvus and he pulls the silver coins out of his pouch and hands them to Corvus. And he says, "You might want to keep these for safekeeping. Not that I, don't want to give them to the town guards, but we may need the material to fight some wolves or vampires or whatever."
I'm pretty good at keeping my money.
So I will deduct. Where is it? I have 16 silver pieces that I'll give to you.
I take them.
As far as silver on fists, my gut tells me that unless I hear a good explanation for it, I think that you would actually need to have like brawling weapons to apply silver to, I know they have like claw weapons or brass knuckles, that kind of thing. I feel like you would need to actually have some sort of a physical weapon to apply the silver to in some way.
Okay.
But I'm open to argument. That's what my gut tells me.
I agree. It says melee weapon, thrown weapon, or 10 pieces of ammunition.
Yeah, like unarmed is technically a weapon, but it's not like a weapon in the real world sense of the word, right? I don't know.
I'd agree with that.
One thing I can think of is it's not a weapon, but like if I got some gloves or something and coated the gloves with it, maybe that
Sure.
would.
I agree with that.
Yeah, yeah. But that's why I was thinking, like, if there was a gauntlet or something that you could apply it to.
Okay. Yeah.
Because even a gauntlet is technically like a brawling style weapon. I was just thinking you would need to have something to apply this silver alchemical thing to.
Other than like bear skin,
I
basically.
think so.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough.
Even gloves would probably be fine. So I think it'll be trivial for you to find something to do that to, but you probably have the idea that just applying that to your skin just isn't gonna.
It's not gonna stick. Yeah.
Not gonna work the same.
Okay.
You could probably even just find some leather wrappings or something to do it to. You can flavor it. Hearing no objections, Irina looks around at the group and then shrugs and starts walking towards the flowers.
I'll follow her to the flowers.
Okay.
I want to keep eyeballs on her in case she does weird shit.
Sure. Of course. Naturally. Right. She picks the flowers with some of the same like confidence and enthusiasm you've seen from her. She has these moments of like childlike enthusiasm and joy. But as she gets a little bit closer, you sense a little bit of trepidation from her, Ro, as she gets a little bit closer to the lake.
You said she picked some of the flowers?
Yep.
I'm gonna pick some too and see if I can identify them.
Sure.
I want to stay in between her and the water, unless she's like right on the edge of the lake.
Here. What kind of roll would you like for that, Andy?
Nature.
Survival? Nature. Nature.
Ooh.
Looks like a flower to me.
They look like you've noted this as like a common flower that you've seen before, but it's never been brought to your attention as anything noteworthy.
I'll take a few just in case.
Sure. What did you say, Ro?
I'm just gonna stay in between her and the water, unless she's like on the edge of the water.
No, she just wanders around towards it. Yeah, the boats. There's no boat in the middle of the lake.
With a guy standing on it,
No,
staring at us.
nope, none of that. There aren't even boats on the side of the shore, but that's what we're looking at there. Towards the north is there's a frosty mountain peak. This is the. I know I've never been here with my brother and father, but this is what I remember from my dream. You recall her telling the story of the dream that she had of being chased by a beast by a lake.
Oh, yeah.
I'll walk down to the water. Try to scoop some up in a vial.
Hmm.
Sniff it a little bit.
Yeah. My father found me wandering the old Svalage woods far from here. She nods back the road the way you guys came. As a child. I don't know if this is where maybe I saw this as a child. She sort of shrugs uncomfortably.
What kind of beast did you say it was in your dream?
The beast that only dreams can make. Fur and fangs, darkness, snarls. It is. It was just a dream.
Lee kind of like nods absentmindedly, and then he's gonna search to see if there's any like tracks around the water.
Sure. Go ahead and roll a survival check. I would say that it's not too hard to see that there are some places here where you can tell that boats have been pulled in and out of the water. At this seems to be a path that leads from the road. So you're guessing that maybe people come to and from the lake and disembark their boats from here.
Okay.
But nothing more detailed than that. Well, sorry for the distraction. Thank you for... It's foolish. The raven on your shoulder, Corvus, says, "Foolish!"
Well, I wouldn't say it's foolish.
Arr, rah, rah, rah.
I mean, sometimes you gotta stop and pick a flower or two. You know, enjoy the simple things in life. In this awful place.
The raven takes off into the woods. Does this every once in a while. Well, I think it should be 3 or 4 hours more until Valaki. If we'd like to keep going, we could probably get there before nightfall.
Is there a place in Balaki that we could rest for the evening?
I know of the inn. The Blue Water Inn is... it's a nice enough place. It reminds me of the Blood on the Vine at home. A little friendlier, though. But I have good memories of that place. They have clean beds and good food.
Were we promised safe passage until we get to Balaki, or until we get her to the church?
Darn it if I can't remember.
If
To
you
the
don't
church.
remember, your character doesn't remember.
But my pact ends there.
Listen, my character didn't teach 4 classes today. She remembers a lot more shit than I did.
Fair point.
Bro, you so cranky tonight.
Yeah.
Can I get you anything?
What?
Can I get you anything?
No, I'm just so tired.
Yeah. All right, let's hustle this along then.
That's exactly what I put in my notes.
The next few hours will pass rather uneventfully. If you guys had any other conversations or concerns you wanted to chat about on your final legs toward Valaki.
Dude.
No, I'm just trying to hide all my silver, like, amongst my jacket.
Sure.
That's what I'll be spending time doing.
Okay. I'll take your deception check from before as like a blanket Corvus hide shit check.
Okay. Look, it's not that I don't want to pay a tax. It's just I don't want to pay a tax.
You have no idea how many times my father heard that from the townsfolk in Barovia. No one wanted to pay the taxes, even. She, like, trails off a little bit. Enough paid that we did okay.
Well, I mean, they can have my gold.
She smiles and says, "You're not offending me, Corvus. And besides, I don't know if the people here are as good as my father was in Barovia. For all I know, they're not undeserving. It's all about how you use the tax money." Oh shit, what did I just close? It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Why? There we go. Pop out. Shove it. Okay. The road continues forward until you do reach the town of Valaki. You see it looming closer and closer as you walk down the road. However, you see that there's this wooden palisade wall that has been built around the city, but in front of the wall, you find that more than a dozen ramshackle tents have been set up against this wall. And among them, you see dozens of ragged, emaciated people milling about or sitting by low-burning campfires and bedrolls. And the closer you get, the more you notice their hollow gaze silently watching you as you approach.
This is outside the city?
Outside the city. It seems to be some sort of a camp, a ramshackle camp. Fairly recent, perhaps from the last week or so.
They did say there were refugees.
Yep. Yeah, you've heard a little bit about this from Morgantha of the pastries. You haven't been close enough for any of them to do anything. Does anyone want to do anything to prepare before you're within speaking range or anything?
Is there anybody that looks like they're kind of like maybe like a leader or like community organizer type figure in the refugee camp?
Sure. You can go ahead and roll a perception, like sense motive style check.
Okay.
Okay. You don't notice anyone in particular. There doesn't seem to be much organization here. You notice that there's a range of ages of people, and there's probably a few dozen of them. You would guess somewhere between 20 and 40 people milling about.
Are there any wounded? Like, they look like they've been in battle at all, or just like they're tired and hungry?
Hard to say. You'd have to get closer to get a look. Which, if you guys just want to, continue closer and get a closer look and interact with these guys, you can. I just wasn't sure if you wanted to do anything before we get there.
Yeah, well, he's not anticipating like a fight or anything. So
Sure. Why would you?
why would you?
Because they all ate the pies.
Okay. Basically this, except there's ramshackle tents and fires and stuff set up outside of the gates. Like I said, about a dozen of them spread around. The people are watching you approach, and some of them seem to be recognizing Irina. There seems to be dull recognition there for some of them, at least towards Irina. But none of them are even like lifting a hand of greeting, much less speaking towards you guys. Irina, under her breath towards you guys, says, These are from Barovia. I recognize them. All of them.
Doesn't look promising.
I need to meet with them. And she begins to sort of like head towards the people. Off of the path a little bit towards the camp.
Well, shit.
With this many refugees, what are the chances they'll let us through the gate?
I think if we grease enough palms, we could probably get in there.
I suspect it'll take money or some sort of test of loyalty to gain access.
Hmm. Okay. So Irina goes and she begins trying to talk to some of the people there. You notice that she's met with coldness at the very best for most of these people. She has a lot of shoulders and backs turned to her, and you hear some mutters saying things like, you know, it's your fault, you and your brother. But for the most part, it seems like she's getting a very cold reception amongst these people. You hear mutters about the red-haired witch, or curse, but most of these people seem to not want to have any kind of dealing with Irina, and by association, you guys.
Irina, perhaps we'll find more information inside.
She looks like stoic, but you guys have been with her enough to know that like she's hurting. And as you are, she sort of nods and goes back to you guys. You hear a bit of a thin voice coming from the group. Sorry, Rachel. Answer your question now. Yes, they're wounded. You can tell at this point. Sorry, forgot you asked that before. There are wounded. No one seems to be like at death's door or anything, but you see a lot of people walking around with like makeshift, like crutches favoring one leg that's bandaged, or have some sort of a bandage on their head or arm, that kind of thing. There seems to be lots of like cuts and bruises and bandaged wounds. Not a lot, but maybe like a dozen or so people. Like a quarter of the people here have wounds of some kind.
I'm gonna start administering some first aid.
Sure.
If there are any like grievous wounds, I'll like drop a heal spell if I need to, but mostly just like bandaging and tending to wounds.
Okay. So doing some first aid.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. You may do that. I'm not gonna make you roll for that because you're very good at it.
So good at it.
At the very least, you'll be cleaning wounds and things, making sure they're healthy enough. There seems to be a lot of animal bites.
Oh, they're all gonna be werewolves. Is there a way to tell what kind of bite they are?
Sure, make a nature check.
Oh my god, I'm terrible at nature. They're all gonna be werewolves.
Is anybody good at nature?
Overrun by werewolves.
Hard to say. They vary in size from like a quarter or less in size to some like as big as the one that's on you.
Alright, as I tend, I'm going to ask what bit you.
A woman who's not currently being treated, a young woman, says, "Bats, wolves, they come every night."
This is happening here? This didn't happen before you got here?
We were harried on the way here from Barovia. No one has died yet, but the attacks come nearly every night. They won't let us in.
Rose can ask Irina, who's in charge here of Valaki? Oh, no, it's like a Burgermeister or something, right?
Yep.
Burgermaster, she says, Burgermaster Valakovich. Vargas, I believe his name is. It's been many years since I was here. He is in charge. I remember him being a strange man, but... She shrugs apologetically.
Strange how?
Werewolf.
He's just... I don't know, weird. He's friendly. He was very friendly and always very welcoming to me and my brother. If you've ever met someone who seems very normal, but everything they say puts an itch in the back of your neck, even while they smile. And you never fear for your life, or fear that they're going to do something harmful to you or be violent, but at the same time, you just know that they're weird.
Sounds like a lovely fellow.
This woman, the young woman who's speaking to you, says, he keeps us from this town. He keeps us out here where we get attacked by wolves. He is no man. He is no leader. Why does he not let us in? When we tried to...
Have the guards said why they don't let you in?
They call us... They say...
It's okay, take your time.
They worry about our unruliness, our sickness, our unhappiness. They think we will taint this town. They're already tainted, she spits. Irina says, Magna, be calm. We will find a way to get through this, right? And Magda says, 2 days ago, I and some of the others, we tried to breach the walls, to get to safety, to get away from these wolves and the animals. The guards fought us off. They called a man named Izek. He has a twisted devil arm, wrought from the stones of hell itself. He conjured fire, drove us back with flames and streams. We have the devil at our back. She nods back towards Ravenloft, Castle Ravenloft. And another they keep behind this wall. We cannot go back. I don't know what we will do. And she begins just to sort of like silently weep. An older man who also looks very sad. All of these people look very sad. Puts an arm around her and just pats her on the shoulder.
Unfortunately, Valeki doesn't seem like the pleasant place we were thinking of.
Ro looks at them and says, if we can't get you inside the city tonight, we will stay out here and help you fortify and defend.
We will?
I mean, Ro,
We will.
Yeah, we will.
Okay.
I mean, you can make a couple more of those potions, right, Silas? Maybe about a dozen? 2 dozen? How many wolves we talking about here?
Not many. A few.
I
And
mean,
swarms of bats. They. It's like they toy with us. They attack and run. Uh, Irina has been quiet for a minute here. But you can just see the tension in her jaw and neck. She says, "What monster would keep people out here like this? We will make this right, Magda. I promise."
Maybe we should give an earful to this Burgermeister guy.
well, I mean, my signature spell is fear. I could make him fear us.
Oh, one other thing. Was there an old woman that came and sold pies to you?
Pies. She glances over towards one of the campfires, around which you now see there are 7 individuals, all
In a
Okay.
stupor?
glazed eyes, staring forward.
Pie lady's been
She
here.
says, "We have seen these dream pastries," he calls them. "Pastries of dreams. That is all they eat anymore. And they're slowly selling all of their belongings to get what they can. Every time she comes to visit."
Opiate of the masses. Dream pies.
Lee's like jaw kind of like flexes a little bit.
Got it.
Not that pie.
Got any of them pies?
Maybe you could donate a couple.
The sad thing is, they're probably the happiest of us. As you look over, you see that most of those people with the glazed looks all have smiles on their faces. They're the only people smiling here.
Well, maybe you could tell us what this going rate is to get inside these gates. You've had to have seen someone get in.
They do not let us near. You'd have to ask the guards, she says. It will be dark soon, if you are going to go inside.
Well, if we are gonna stay and fight, perhaps we could go inside for an hour or two and come back.
Suppose we should at least see what the guards have to say.
Irina's already sort of stomping off towards the gate.
Wait, hold.
She waits. As soon as you say wait, she stops, but she's cute.
A little away from everyone, like the people. I kind of pull out 3 gold. How much does everyone have? In case we have to pay our way in.
I have enough
mean-
gold that should be able to cover if we need to bribe the guards.
Grease some palms, you mean?
Irina, don't you? I think that they'll let her in to speak to the Burgermeister.
Perhaps.
Oh, they will let me in.
Well, I'm willing to let you try.
You guys approach the gate.
Approach the gate.
Yeah,
All
let me
right.
read a couple spells. No reason.
So you see there are two guards atop the gate. One seems to be holding a spear, and one has like a crossbow. Notably, the spear has a very gleaming silver tip to it. As you approach, they have a different accent. We're not in Barovia anymore, folks. They have a different accent. The guard with the spear says, "Oi, you down there! Identify yourselves." I'm not role playing with myself, guys. Irina's quiet right now. Because that's boring as hell if I role play with myself.
This is Irina. She speaks for us.
She speaks for the trees. I'll step forward.
Sure.
We are but a humble party, seeking shelter for the evening. We've been paid escorts for this young lady.
He nods and says, "All right, 1 second. We'll be right there."
We
After a
don't
moment,
have all night.
about a minute later, a small like man door in the gate opens up.
Not nobody,
and,
not oh how.
right. The guard, of course, takes half a step out, and he says, "Each of you show your teeth. Prove you're not vampires."
Hey, he's only a kid, huh?
All right. Does everyone show their teeth?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I use like my middle finger to like pull up my lip.
Sure.
Nice.
Nice.
Man.
Got him.
Got him good. Both middle fingers. Right
Boom,
here.
boom. All right, one last thing. And now, eat a load of this. And he shoves this garland of garlic towards you, and one by one starts shaking in front of your faces.
Oh, for crying out loud.
This is to prove you're not werewolves. You ain't werewolves, are you?
Has
I
that
think
ever
that's right.
worked anywhere ever?
I think you got your. Never mind.
It is true. It is so true. Baron says it's true, means it's true.
Who says it's true?
Who?
The Baron. Baron Vargas Valakovich, leader of Valaki.
Ah,
Now, told to come inside the city is 1 gold each. Also, anyone coming inside the city by order of the Baron is to be subject to search and seizure of any and all silver accoutrement and weaponry. Looks up for questioningly at the person above them, who just leans over the battlement and just gives a thumbs up.
so are the refugees not allowed in because they don't have the gold to pay, or for another reason?
What's your name?
What's your name?
Rosalina, emissary from Barovia. Answer the question. Are the refugees not allowed in because they can't pay, or for another reason?
No. Not paying isn't a problem. It's the problem of the Baron has strict concerns of sickness, unruliness, and malicious unhappiness from these refugees.
Oh, but the people inside the balls are all happy.
That's right.
I mean, you don't look very happy.
The guard's eyes go wide, and he looks terrified for like a split second, and then a grin gets plastered on his face.
Were you ordered to be happy?
All will be well in Valaki.
Well,
And if you're unhappy, you get booted?
If unhappiness shall not be spread within the walls of Vallaki, and those that enter in will be happy.
well, I mean, you're selling me.
Now, the toll, if you please.
I'm gonna
Does
give
this,
him a gold
does this
coin.
toll grant us some kind of pass in and out of the city?
Yeah, this is a one-time thing, or can I can I buy a day pass?
Do we get some papers?
Um, leaving is free. To enter the city incurs the toll.
It's very impressive you can talk like that with your lips so curled into a perfect smile.
Thank you. It brings me much joy to be able to perform to your happiness.
Quite the performer indeed.
Now, I don't have all day. Gold and subject to the search for silver.
What happens with the silver?
I'm not sure that I understood that. Can you give that whole speech again?
The silver is to be seized for use by the city. It will be exchanged, of course, for copper pieces.
What does the city use the silver for?
It is not my place to question the will of the Baron.
Is this like a one-for-one trade, or like I give you 1 silver and you give me 20 copper? I mean, what's
I
the
thought the
exchange
city was-
rate?
I thought the city was overseen by a burgermeister.
Yes, that's true. That's an old-timey name. Is that what they call it in Barovia?
So how
Those peasants. Those weird peasants.
Has he always gone by Baron?
No, I don't know.
you
Look,
seem
are you going to pay the gold or not? I have an apple up there I'd like to eat.
Listen, your Baron is going to want to speak with us.
Then you better pay the gold.
Let me finish. He's going to want to speak to her, especially, as she gestures to Irina. So, we'll go talk to the Baron, and if the Baron thinks we should still pay this toll of gold and silver, we'll get all squared up after that. But I would hate for you to treat us as normal visitors, and for the Baron to meet with us and then get wind of our admittance into the city.
Oh, persuasion check.
Persuasion's not a thing. What should I roll?
Diplomacy.
Okay, I'll take that.
yeah, there it is.
I want to
That's
spend
the
a hero
one.
point. I'm
Do it.
gonna spend
Spend it.
a
Do it.
hero point.
Do
Come
it.
on, get to the other side of that die.
Oh.
Okay. Ugh.
Not a critical failure. He looks over you and says, I recognize her. She's she's been here before. She's one of them hidey-tidy types from Barovia.
Correct. We are her escort.
I'll allow her in. No fee, though the search still applies. The rest of you, 1 gold. And search of all the silver. As for your question, there is a 10% fee. So 1 silver piece gets you 9 copper.
Interesting.
To pay for the increased time of the guards, they say.
Lee kind of looks up at the sky. How many hours until dark does it seem like?
It is dusk.
Okay.
It is dusk.
He turns to the rest. He says, perhaps if we were gonna help out with defense, we could come back in the morning.
That's true, or maybe Irina and Ro could go in and we stay out here. I don't particularly want to give up my silver.
I think our priority for this evening is protecting these people outside. She'll like gesture for everyone to like move a little bit away, have a little huddle up.
Oh, wow.
Sure. You're out. You're the before the guard closes the door, he points at you, Silas, and says, "You. Do you know shaving a haircut?"
Do you mean like bum 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 bum?
You got it. He closes the door behind him and says, "My shift ends in an hour. Think of it or not. I'm going to eat an apple."
The fuck was that about?
All right.
I really wanted to make that man laugh a bunch.
I say we send 1 or 2 people in tonight. We hold their silver out here. We send them in to buy food. Just go in, get food, and come back out. As much food as we can get for these people. I'll stay here and help them get set up for defense. We'll have rotating watches. The most vulnerable stay inside the tents, and we get them through the night and deal with this Baron in the morning.
Ro, would you do me a favor? Call it an experiment.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to throw a silver piece up in the air. Or a copper, I don't care.
Ro will throw a silver piece up in the air.
I'm gonna try to catch it with my telekinetic hand, and I want to know if it disappears because it's invisible.
If the coin disappears,
Yeah, if it grabs it in its palm.
no. The coin looks like it just floats in midair.
Well, shit, there's my only idea. And then it just slowly, like, drifts back into your hand.
All right.
I'd ask
Who
you to
wants,
elaborate, but I think we'd be here a while.
who wants to go into the city and buy food?
Well, I think we need a talker, you know.
Excellent. Ro hands 15 gold to Corvus.
Well, shit.
Get as much food as you can. I'll hold your silver.
I take off my jacket and I just hand it to you. It's all in there, amongst the pockets.
Right?
I-
Are you taking your silver sword with you?
Yeah, Ro's gonna
No,
ask for the sword.
I kind of like unbuckle it and I hand it to you, but I'm still wearing my, I have like a thing. A rapier.
Alright, but I'll hold on to your silver sword and your silver. Okay. And I gave you 15 gold. You better add that to your inventory because I want to lose track of that 15 gold.
I have 22 silver that you now have.
Okay.
I'm taking that out. And then you gave me 15 gold. Okay.
You should take some with you. Be safe. I don't trust them.
Well. Lee.
Yeah, I'll come with you. I actually have some things I might want to purchase anyway if we have time.
Like a glove that we can put some silver coins in.
Yeah, something like that.
Excellent.
All right. So the two of you approaching the gate. Is anyone else going in?
No, I'll stay out here.
Okay. So the plan is you each get charged a gold to go in,
Mm-hmm.
and are either of you trying to sneak silver in to the city?
I'm not. I'm literally
Nope.
just listing everything that I just left behind.
Sure, sure.
Yeah, I gave all my silver to Corvus, who gave it or left it with Ro.
Okay, that's fine. So you can both mark off a gold to get inside the city through the gate. If you ask for directions to like a market area where there's food, um, you are given that information. And I would say probably the shops are closing down by the time you get there, but you'd be able to find a place for food. How much food are you trying to buy?
Bro, did you? The whole point of this 15 gold was to spend on food, right?
And do I have to spend it on food?
Yes, Rose and how much they were like overcharging in the city, but her plan is to like make sure the refugees are well fed for at least like dinner and breakfast.
Sure.
Then I add 1 gold, and I'm gonna try to get as much food as I can for 16 gold.
Sure. So you're able to find the shops. 16 gold's a lot of money.
Well, maybe not
Maybe
all
not
16.
spend all of it. Yeah. But like dinner and breakfast.
Yeah. But I mean, even dinner and breakfast for 40 people is probably like a cart full of food. It would be a lot for like 2 people to carry.
Maybe if you're dropping that kind
I
of
mean,
money in a
have you
shop,
seen
they're gonna
Lee?
let you borrow their cart, right? Yeah. Be like, hey,
You can put a deposit on the cart.
I'm buying 8 gold worth of food. You're gonna haul it out here for me.
Right.
We're gonna sneak refugees in on the way back.
Yeah, I think you probably would be able to. They would tell you the shopkeeper, maybe a couple shopkeeps you find, sort of shutting down their food stalls there in the town. Mostly, you're finding lots of like root vegetables and such, some small game animals, but I'll say you'll mark off probably about for 2 meals for all those people, probably 5 gold.
Okay.
Probably not even that. 2 gold for all that, for like, because the gold's a lot in Pathfinder.
Okay.
They basically say it'll take some time for us to get it. What's the accent here? That's right. It's a little bit Cockney. It'll take just a little bit of time to get it all together, but we'll be able to take it out to the gate. This is for the camp out there, you say?
Well, of course, I appreciate it.
Like I said, it'll be. I'm gonna have to kick up my lazy son to get him up, and I'll get it there. No worries. We'll get it.
We appreciate that.
Oh, totally forgot. As you two are walking in the gate, the one guard, the guard with the spear who's letting you in, says to you as you go through first, Corvus, "All will be well." And then there's like a slight pause, and then he like taps the battlement above him with his spear, and you hear a "All will be well" from above you. And then as you walk through, Lee, the guard also says to you, "All will be well." And you hear another "All will be well" from above as you both walk into town.
Weird. They're being weird.
The shopkeeper,
A little bit.
as you guys are settling up and he's about to leave to go get his son, says to both of you, "All will be well. We'll get the food out there for the people. Thanks for coming."
I'm gonna say it back. All will be well.
Whoa.
Do you smile?
Yeah, but awkwardly.
Yeah, Lee smiles awkwardly.
Say, fine chap, we were looking for more of a general store. I understand it's late, but perhaps we could catch a shop before they close.
He looks off down the street. Um, uh, I'm very sorry to say, sir, but the light seems to be out in the general store. Perhaps in the morning you could try. He's peering down. You can see there is a like a general store. The front windows seem to be shuttered.
All
There
will
really were
be
not very
well.
many stalls open, so this guy was sort of the one you were able to find. And he sort
Well,
of put together a very odd assortment of
it
groceries for you guys.
it was last minute. I appreciate it nonetheless. 2 gold, you say? Marked it
Don't
off
be
the
sad.
list.
We'll have more stocked in the morning.
Perhaps we will come back for more. Give an
Lee kind
awkward
of like
smile.
grabs his hand to shake it, and he's like, are you okay?
Yes, of course. Everything is well.
All will be well.
I'd say you just to save most of the descriptions for when the whole party's in town. You guys didn't go very far from the gate, so and it's also pretty dark. It seems like most of the town has been shut down, and pretty quiet for the moment. One thing I will say, I'll throw something at you guys. The streets were pretty much empty. Like I said, this guy was the only one open. From the state of his produce, it seems to be like not great. Maybe that's why he's the only person that had any food left. A lot of like wilted vegetables and stuff. Really didn't see any other people in the streets. There was one person that you saw, a cloaked figure walking away from you guys in the streets. That's pretty much it. Walking up towards the north, the west side of the city.
Are there like lights on? Does there seem to be like any other
Some there's some
tavern
candlelights in the
activity or anything?
windows. Yeah, there's some like candlelights in the windows. Um, that's pretty much it. It's pretty quiet town. Not much activity at this time of day. Right.
Yeah.
But you see the guy starting hustling. He seems to be putting a move on getting as much of his food into a cart as he can, and he kicks the door and says, "Ludo, we have some food, a delivery." "It's late, Dad. I don't want you. Get your ass out of bed. Come on." And he turns around with like a smile. uh, "We'll be right there, masters. It'll be just half an hour." He nods.
I appreciate that. Lee, do you think it's worth looking around, or we are running out of what little daylight there is?
Well, I suppose we could see if there are any alternate routes into the city.
Oh, all will be well. I was thinking the same thing.
So, unlike this picture that shows a bunch of people coming on and off the gates, there is a gate going the whole way around the city. Or not a gate, like a palisade wall. You are pretty sure you could pretty easily climb over it, Lee. And from what you've seen, it seems to be the town. It's guarded at places, but you're guessing you could probably find parts of the wall to climb over if you wanted to. That if you're trying to be sneaky and get over the wall that way, it seems as if it's a bigger town than Barovia, but it seems as if there are 3 total gates: one to the north, one to the east, and one to the west. But they all seem pretty similar to the one that you saw.
Okay.
Other than that, it's just this simple like palisade wall the whole way around. But also, yeah, you're guessing it would be hard to sneak like the whole group of Barovian refugees in there.
Yeah, that's probably not feasible.
Well, I guess that's a bit of a bummer, but at least we know one or two of us could slip in.
Hmm.
Especially if we are coming back into this city, or we need to make a stealthy escape.
Indeed. Well, should
What do you
we?
make of these smiles and all will be well? It seems forced.
Oh, I think you're hitting the nail with the hammer there. I think it is from above, very much directed to make everything seem a-okay. I'm quite looking forward to meeting this Baron.
Yeah, I don't like what Arena had to say about him. I mean, seems to be a duplicitous fellow.
Hmm. I agree. I think it'll be an interesting morning, no matter what. I sent a message to Ro, um, and I just say, "Food's coming. Only costs us 2 gold. You want me to just donate the rest?"
Let's hang on to it for a rainy day.
I sent another message. That's probably a good idea.
How far does your message go?
I don't know. Oh, it's not very far at all.
Just say, well, you really
Never
don't sound
mind.
I'm
very
just
far.
walking around like, row,
Yeah,
row,
bro, you don't hear any of that.
row.
You can respond to this message.
Lee, I think I'm too far away to be able to send a message to someone. Let me try this. And I look right at you, Lee, and I go, "Can you hear me?"
He's like, oh, not so loud.
Oh, oh, got a little bit of feedback, a little reverb.
I guess also while we're kind of like chilling, Lee's gonna try to like keep an eye on the patrols to see if there's like a regular, just to figure out a system and like how often
Sure.
they come by and things like that.
Okay. You can roll a society check.
Okay. Yeah, let's do that. Society +0.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that was almost 18.
I mean, you see some guards wandering around. It's hard to keep track of, like, they seem to be in small groups of like 3 or 4. You see a couple of them. It's hard to tell if they're the same ones or try to have any feel about how that works into the larger society as a whole.
Hey, Corvus, you notice any pattern to these guys along the walls?
I mean, I give it a shot. I look at my society. Oh, my society's not.
Society's a skill too, guys.
Not. Oh,
There we go.
there
Who
you
needs society? Yeah, you watch. So you guys are just wandering around town?
Yeah, I figured we'd stay
Yeah.
close. Cause
Yeah, probably relatively close to the gate, but
I just figured we'd wait till the food
To the car
truck
comes.
to come. You know.
Sure. Yeah, you have a guess. Like, there's a decent sized town watch here. Maybe like, the town isn't huge. Probably several hundred large, maybe 500 or 1,000 people big. But you're guessing there's a guards, maybe 40 or so people from what you're seeing, based on the volume of guards walking around, size of patrols.
Okay. Um, I would specifically look out for any other weird isms. I guess is the best way to put it. Like weird smiling and all will be wells.
I mean, at this point, you're only seeing
Just guards.
like the guard patrols wandering around. They're not talking much. Maybe one of them like stops up to you guys to like ask why you're loitering at the gate. but that's pretty much it. You're not there for long enough for them to like worry. If you're saying like we're waiting for a shipment of food, they're like mostly like, okay, don't be here next time we're here, that kind of thing. Have a nice day. All will be well. They do it all with a smile on their face.
Good. Creepy smile.
That's basically it.
Okay.
Maybe during the day you'll see more people out and about.
If we
You know,
survive.
tomorrow when the whole party's there. But as you guys are, it really isn't very long until the cart starts wheeling in. This guy had mostly been packing stuff away anyways, and like I said, the quality of this food isn't great. But he comes up with his son Ludo, and they, the guards, the same guard is actually about to be replaced, and says to you guys, "You leaving for the night? Then you coming back in?"
Probably not till morning, but don't worry, all will be well.
That's right. That's right. All will be well. Well, there'll be another toll in the morning, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, that seems fair. I'm sorry, what was your name again?
He narrows his eyes at you and says, "I never gave it."
Oh, well, that's a shame. I'm Corvus Knox.
Sterling.
Sterling. It's a good name. Like silver.
He just shrugs. And he quickly gets replaced by another guard.
Pewter.
End of shop. Or he said, end of my shift. Have a good night, everyone. All will be well. And he wanders off.
It's just a bunch of people going, all will be well, all will be
Yep.
well.
All will be well,
Okay,
all will be
good.
That's exactly what happens. All the guards say to each other, all will be well, as they start walking, crisscrossing.
Oh, God.
But the cart is let out, and the refugees are curious at first, but once they realize the food is for them, we'll go and start like getting food off the cart. And they do let the cart go back in without a toll. And the guard who just switched shifts leaves the door open for a second, looking at you two, and says, "Sure you don't want back in for the night? The Blue Water Inn's still open. They usually have beds free. Perhaps you'd like to stay inside, where it's safer."
It's
You've already
safer with
paid the
my
toll?
friends.
All right, suit yourself. All will be well. Slam.
Well, shit. And I put my hand out to Ro.
I'll give you all your silver back.
I just really wanted the jacket. It's a little cold. Then I'm gonna quit my sword. I feel like we're gonna need it.
All right. Anything else you guys want to do before the night?
Yeah, well, while they were gone, I wanted to do a bunch of
Oh yeah,
stuff.
let's do some stuff. Do a bunch of stuff.
Ro, I'm giving you 12 gold back. I can't
Wait,
trust
not
you with
yet.
gold.
Meanwhile, outside the town,
Yeah. Wait, I'm getting 12 gold back.
Yeah, I don't want it.
Do you want your silver back?
I mean,
I'm gonna hang on to it.
I'm gonna give it away. You've seen me with money.
Okay, I have all the money. Alright, so, Rose gonna ask Irina if she knows, or just sort of try to sniff out who some of the leaders are, and her goals before nightfall are to, get people who are especially vulnerable into the tents and just have them be in the tents all night. She wants to set up like a shift of watches. And are there woods nearby?
no. Mostly this is in the middle of a grassy plain.
Okay.
Sparse trees, some rocks.
She's gonna try to create as many like torches or torch-like things as possible.
Sure.
Not to have lit at all times, but if like when the bats start attacking, like light a bunch of torches to try to drive them off.
Sure.
So she wants to have a lot of torches on hand. She wants to have watch shifts set up, and she wants to gather like anything that could be used as a weapon and have it be ready, and just try to have them organized for any attacks that show up. Try to figure out like who has some combat experience and kind of like spread those out, and then spread the party out among the shifts as well.
You have the lore war skill
I
or
do.
something?
I have lore warfare.
Roll that shit.
And Silas will help her and
You want to do an
the way
assist?
he can.
How would you like to assist? How would you like to
Uh,
assist?
Let me see. I would probably assist with my crafting, especially if you're trying to gather weapons or put together things that are weapons, defenses, etc.
Why don't you go ahead and roll your crafting? Nice. So
Plus
Rachel, you'll
11.
get a +1 to your lore war
Lore
roll.
war.
Lore
As,
war.
you, as
Lore
Silas
war.
used to go about making some different like torch contraptions that can be easily and quickly lit and repositioned, things like that.
I hope I roll high because I already spent my hero point.
Oh no.
Oh,
no.
Why did you say that? Why did you say it?
So you got a 10.
10.
Cool.
Oh, that was with the circumstance.
Oh,
Whoop, whoop.
All these people are gonna die.
Yep.
Well, I think more the issue is, well, I mean,
They're not gonna
Rogue
die, they're
doesn't
just
have
gonna-
a reason to think that. They've been here for a week.
No, they're not gonna die.
And
They're
they
just
haven't.
gonna.
No one has died yet.
No, if nothing else, like
No
her
one
hope.
seems close to.
No,
dying.
her hope is that if they can like feel organized and like, oh, we fought off the attacks, it's gonna be really good for their morale in the morning. If like, oh,
Yes.
this night
Sure.
went much differently for us,
Sure.
and if we are organized and we can, yeah. No, she's not like they're not gonna die tonight. Like they've been here for days already, but mostly it's like a hey, get your shit together and you'll be okay.
So your shit is not together, and
No.
it is hard to get their shit together. And I think that is probably the bigger problem of like you know how to organize soldiers, you
Uh-huh.
do not know how to organize civilians who have given up,
Mm-hmm.
which is what you're dealing with.
Well, fuck it, we'll give them all pies and let them
So
commit.
while they'll mostly like go hover in their tents and such, you get the feeling that mostly whatever defense is going to happen is going to be on you guys, with very little organization from their side. I think that's how the 9 plays out.
Well, that's just great.
Just great. I will say that whatever fight would happen tonight would be pretty trivial for you guys, so you're going to be able to handle whatever it is. And because you guys are here, like a few wolves, you would be able to scare off without any of the civilians here getting injured. So I would say that narratively, there probably are a few wolves that stalk around the camp at night, but with some pretty simple actions from you guys, either yelling and chasing
Hey,
them up,
wolf!
torch. And, hey wolf! Hey wolf! Stop wolfing! You wolf! You wolfing! You can scare them up pretty easily. They wouldn't try fights from you guys. But your presence here does mean that nobody gets injured tonight.
No injury.
In the morning, ask me if their morale's any better.
Is their morale any better?
It's not any better, guys.
All will be well.
No.
We
Not
fed
outside
them.
the city. So, take that as you will. But no one new got hurt, but they all seem pretty much just as despondent and despairing as they did before.
But we
But
got 'em filled.
Morning does come.
well, I suppose it's time to have a meeting with this Baron, see what he has to say for himself.
I'm not calling him Baron.
Yep.
I suppose if he takes his cues from Strahd, it can't be anything good.
I'm more curious what his end game is.
Who, Strahd?
No, this
Baron?
Baron.
Probably wants to cling to power by whatever means possible.
And I mean, does garlic really scare off werewolves? That had to have been some idiocracy. Someone needs to read that book.
So, if you guys are going to enter by the gate again, they will charge you 4 gold. Word has passed that Irina was. Unless you guys want to try another persuasion check to get through, because these are new guards in the morning. But Irina will still be let in for free, and you guys would be charged and searched for silver, unless you want to try anything separate, differently.
Not exactly the most flowery with words.
Yeah, I'll stroll up.
Sure.
And I'm gonna say, yeah, I'm gonna stroll up with a purpose. And I'm gonna say, name's Corvus. I am the herald of Miss Irina of Barovia. We seek audience with Baron, whatever his real name is.
Baron Valakovich, yes, I know him.
Yes,
He leads my town.
he was expecting us. Unfortunately, we were waylaid protecting the civilians
No,
outside,
me.
and we look to seek an audience forthwith. We're here to pay the fee and be on our way.
1 gold each.
Of course, and then straight to the banner himself.
Well, he wanders around town. He might be in the burgomaster's mansion.
That's where he said to meet him. But he said immediately, no delay.
Okay, 1 gold each.
Um,
Yeah, Ro will hold out like 4 gold or whatever we owe.
yeah, good, because I only have 3 gold. It's like, I'll pay. No, I can't. And then he said directly to his manor he would be waiting in the morning, which is north of town.
He points and says, Old Foliage Road, all the way to the center of town. You'll find the Blue Water Inn, and you take a left there. Blue Water Inn's a nice place to stay. If you're looking for lodgings, you might want to stop there and get yourself set up with beds before you go. The Baron likes to wander around town and make sure everything is still well.
Well, of course, all will be well, I've been told.
That's right. That's right.
Smile at him. Well,
Silas is gonna look at Corvus like, what?
Well, now we've paid our fee, and of course we have to be heading directly to the manor. He said otherwise we could miss him, so I can't lollygag any longer. All will be well, of course.
All will be well.
And I take off my hat. All right, friends, we must get Harold quickly. Be gone. Fast.
All right. Do you pay the 4 gold?
Pay
I'll
the 4 gold.
Pay your gold.
I'll pay
All right.
gold.
Who's trading in their silver? Anyone may trade in their silver for A silver piece gets back 9 coppers.
No, Abe's trying to get us past that. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm trying to get just hurried past, unless they're gonna really kind of.
Oh no,
pat me down.
he's gonna stop and say everything must be searched for by order of the burgomaster.
Well, that he said that's what we would be talking about this morning.
By order of the burgomaster.
Exactly.
You're gonna try to talk your way past.
Actually, I'm gonna really try to intimidate him.
You're gonna intimidate him.
He said, "Do not lollygag at that gate, and if any moron would stop him, all would not be well."
All right. Go ahead and roll your intimidation check. I'll give you a +2 circumstance bonus.
Wow.
You're talking their language.
Plus,
And you're paying attention to DM clues.
+2, add.
Yep.
Does this need to be a privatal?
Nah.
Oh, good. I like to see it.
So this is considered a coercion check, by the way.
Oh, I would like to use my hero point.
Sure.
Don't you fuck me.
Love it.
Got a 50-50 chance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better.
Oh.
The guy looks nervously around and says, "All will be well. All will be well."
All
Okay.
will be well.
All right.
I flick a gold at him. I'll let him know you did the right thing.
He mutters under his breath towards you as you start walking past and says, "At least wave your purse at me and make a good show of it."
Oh, of course. See, right here. And I kind of flap open my drape.
All will be well. All will be well. He pokes
All will be well.
a little bit, but allows you past.
Now hurry along. We can't keep this Master Burger waiting. I'm gonna wait until we're out of earshot of people.
Sure.
And then I turn to the group and I go, "Whatever you do, just all will be well and not, and we'll probably be okay."
Okay.
So,
They're
do you see all the
brainwashed.
colorful icons, or you shouldn't?
No.
There are
Regard
no
of all-
colorful icons.
Thank God. It's very hard to tell what's hidden and what's not hidden to the players. Even when I put like an NPC down here, it still showed like it was. So I'm gonna put down a Corvus.
Oh, look at me.
Can I make you bigger?
Meat alley.
All will be well.
Why is it Meat Alley? Don't like that.
All right, so you guys are entering on the east side gate, and in fact, I will. Can you see that one now? The morning gate right next to you.
Look at that gate. I clicked it.
Cool.
Does it do anything? Doesn't do anything. The
Double click it.
east side
Oh, wait, no.
gate. Is it morning,
Oh, wait.
like as in tomorrow? Yep.
Look at that gate.
All right, so you guys entering to the lackey. You pass from the earthen road onto cobblestone streets, mud staining your boots and the bottom of your pants. Behind you, the gates close with a slam, and you see the guards resume their post behind it. In the distance, you see 2 other figures bearing pikes patrolling the walls as they look down on the twisted forest past the grassy plain. The eaves of the building hang with old banners and tattered fabrics that flap and twist in the breeze. The banners are painted with faded words and illustrations, but time has robbed them both of legibility and any beauty they may have once had. You're beginning to see some movement in these buildings this morning. Humans are starting to sort of wander around and move about the town. You were told that the Blue Water Inn was straight down this street here. See that, the blue thing?
Oh, look at that. It's blue.
Mhm. 'Cause- 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 'cause-
there it is. You should be able to double click either of those to get into their what's it called, the journal entry, maybe. Doesn't matter if you can, but where would you like to go?
Perhaps we should actually get a room for the evening, but then we need to find this Baron.
Yeah, I guess we could head to the inn and see if we see the Baron on the way.
Irina, what does this individual look like so we can keep an eye out?
He is tall and thin. It's been many years since I was, maybe 5, 6 years. He's a tall, thin, angular man.
Does he have beady little eyes?
Kind of. Long nose. So... Are you able to move yourself, Abe? You're welcome to move about the... You're welcome to move about the cabin.
Look.
Alright. If you guys are heading towards the inn to do that first. So, I think I can set the scene here, and I think that might be a good time for us to call it for the night. We'll start into the Blue Water Inn and maybe pick up there next time. You guys are going there first. Let's see. I have a thing. There's a thing for everything.
Do the thing.
Breadless, no token vision, save changes, boom.
Hey, so I just walk past the door.
Yep. Second
The
floor.
window.
These things are cool.
There they go again.
Who is that? So it's obviously daytime. Early morning by the time you're getting here. So as you get here, you see there are damp cloaks hanging from pegs in the entrance portico. You see that there's a pretty big tavern. It's packed with tables and chairs. Narrow paths are sort of meandering between them, with a bar along one wall at the far side, under a balcony that can be reached by a staircase, kind of saloon style, right? There are lanterns hanging above the bar and resting on the tables, unlit at the moment as the morning light is starting to spill through the windows. And on the walls, you see most of them are adorned with wolf heads on wooden plaques. As you are entering Corvus, you hear a bit of a forlorn call from Corinna, who swoops down to your belt and pecks out a bit of food, and then sort of takes off onto the eaves of a nearby house, joining a few other ravens over there. But she does not enter with you. We'll see here. It's morning time and breakfast time. You see that there are probably about a dozen Valachians sort of scattered around here, nursing mugs of wine or bowls of stew in the morning. So, like, probably bread and biscuits, hearty breakfast foods. And near the staircase, there is a colorfully dressed man wearing a feathered, wide-brimmed hat. sort of this reddish purple clothing. And he seems to be gesturing wildly and telling this story towards a table where several patrons are sitting there, where you actually hear a wave of laughter rippling through the group and some applause. This guy is... I have a picture. So yeah, that guy seems to be like telling a story to a table. Sitting at the table are two younger men, probably in their 20s or so, and a few like middle-aged. The two younger men are wearing nicer clothes and seem pretty clean. The other three seem to be wearing like workers' clothes and are a little bit more like run down. Even though it was early morning, the two young men seem like they are probably drunk already. There's a woman who is carrying trays of food around to the tables, sees you come in, says, "Oh, hello. Please, welcome to the Blue Water Inn. I am Danica. Please, go wherever you like. Sit wherever you please."
She doesn't have a Cockney accent.
She does not. Good catch. She does not. Have a hero point.
Nice.
Spend it immediately. They go away.
There is, and then so she's like middle-aged woman with dark hair. A bearded man. She sort of starts heading back towards the bar and heads back into probably a kitchen behind the bar, and passes a bearded man who's walking out with another tray. They give each other sort of a warm smile as they pass each other, and he's carrying a tray of bread and biscuits and some looks like some stewed meat or something. And he sets that down on the bar and takes the tray of cleaned up plates and stuff from her. And she sort of gestures towards you guys, and he just looks up and gives you all sort of a nod and smiles. So I'm throwing a lot of pictures at you guys, but you'll remember all of them, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, that guy. Sitting at the table are two burly-looking guys, scruffy, some streaks of silver in their hair, clearly wearing more like outside gear. They're wearing leathers, sturdy boots, pelts. These are people that are suited to being out in the wilderness a bit more than what you've seen in town more often. There are two dudes at the bar. So, people of note in the Blue Water Inn are Danica. She nods towards the man with the beard and says, "My husband, Erwin. We own this place. Welcome." By the way, it was Danica before we had Danica.
So not an Easter
No
egg.
relation. It's Danica with a K. She sort of hums to her. I'm going to add this, though. She hums to herself as she starts waiting tables again. So yeah, people of note are Erwin, Danica, the two rich drunk dudes, the bard, and the two hunters at the bar. Erwin sort of stops at the table before bussing the tray back in, and he says, "Welcome. You look like You're not from in town here. Do you need rooms for the night?
Yes, enough for the party.
Oh, of course, of course. Uh, you're welcome to stay here for. He is interrupted by Danik at this point. He says, "You are not going to allow more people to stay at our room for free, Erwin." And she sort of smacks him playfully on the chest. She said, "Oh, I would never. I would never." He gives you all a little bit of a wink. She she just sort of rolls her eyes at him and looks over towards you guys. She says, "We must charge a bit, I'm afraid. My oaf of a husband has already let one person stay here for free, and we would bankrupt the place if we didn't charge a bit. And if I wasn't here to keep the books, his generosity would put us in our graves."
I mean, we appreciate that, but we understand, a good room is worth a good rent.
He 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 smiles at you all and said, and lets out a theatrical sigh and says, "Ah, bookkeeping. It's why I married you after all." And he gives her a kiss on the cheek and takes the tray back into the kitchen. She just yells over her shoulder, "The table by the window's getting hungry." But she would set you guys up with room and board. I have a large guest room, 2 small guest rooms. Yes, so she has 3 rooms available for rent, 2 small ones and 1 large one. It'll be what would she charge? She would say it's seven copper for a small guest room and 1 silver for the large guest room.
Perhaps the large guest room and a small guest room.
The large has 2 beds and the small has 1.
Well, shit.
Well, you're not afraid to bump elbows with your companions, I suppose?
I'm used to sleeping on the ground.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't need a bed.
She smiles.
Oh, sorry. Allow me to offer the customary greeting of your people. And Leek holds out his hand and says, "All will be well."
She gives you a warm smile and looks you in the eye and says, "All will be well. In time, all will be well." You hear some muttered intonations of "all will be well" from several scattered people that were within earshot. It hits a little bit different when she says it.
Not quite so robotic.
You can tell she almost intentionally took a beat to to make it a little less robotic, almost intentionally. She's trying to tell you, yeah, I do believe that, motherfucker. But she glances over towards you, Corvus, and she reaches up and says, "I like your style." And she brushes back. She has this little headdress that has a couple of black feathers twisted into it. So she points at the feather on your hat. Because you have that long raven feather, right?
Yep.
Very nice.
I've been known to be friendly with a bird or two. I'm
She laughs out loud at that.
What are you calling a bird?
If I were a young woman, I'd blush.
Well, I quite appreciate your style. Eventually. Nicely added. I think those 2 rooms will be quite good then.
Would you like to join us for breakfast? I'll have Erwin bring out some food for you. It looks like
Yeah.
Octavio's about to start in another round of storytelling if you wish to sit.
Breakfast would be amazing.
And I would love to see this individual tell a good story.
If Storyteller, are you guys good with a little storytelling sesh? Wrap up this little role play thing.
I'm probably gonna have to go to bed. I'm sorry.
No, that's fair. That's what I was asking. We're getting there. I think that's a good point for us to start with a real exciting storytelling
Oh, I'll be
next
good.
time.
Sounds good.
Riveting
Alright, guys.
storytelling
Good
from
night.
Octavio.
Riveting.
That's right.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.